Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Bramble Fox. And for this layout I'm using the October Fox Box Plus, and in it you get all these pieces and titles, so lots and lots to choose from. I picked the title Autumn Stories and I've printed 5 photographs here that I'm aiming to use. I'm just trying to figure out the placement. I quite like the smaller ones above and the bigger one below. I'm trying to get more photos on a layout. It's not something I'm always very good at. So, but I also quite like a bit of white space. So I'm just trying to figure it out in my mind. I've got some papers there on my left. They're an older Simple Stories range, mainly from Cozy Days. I do love an autumnal collection, and I'm trying to use up some of my stash, so I thought these would be perfect to go with these photographs. So I'm going to start by just cutting a column in the bluey grey spotty. I think that would make a really good base for the photographs, and I've decided for sure that I want the photos on the left. So I'm just trying again to lay the photos on it just to see if they fit very well. That bluey grey piece is about 4¼ inches across, and I've also got this yellow gingham, and I'm going to add a strip on the left. Later on in the layout I actually add a strip on the right as well, but for this stage I'm only adding it on the left. Now, some of the pieces that I'm adding either side of the photo here are from the paper snips in the Fox Box Plus. They're paper snips 81. The jumper, the cup of tea, the scarf, the woolly hat, all paper snips. And what I tend to do is when the paper snips come in, I tend to sit in front of the telly and cut them out. So they're all done in advance. I'm also bringing in some of the chipboard and stickers from the Cozy Days, and I'm going to see what else I can get to work with these photos. I've decided I want the title above the biggest photo because I actually want to add some journaling as well. So that's changed things a little in my mind. And I'm also going to use one of the other papers just to mat the bigger photo, just to make it the most prominent one. And I'm going to use that orange dot for that. And that's another colour that's in some of the pieces. So they're all very autumnal and all coordinate together. I've also brought in some of the leaves that I've cut out. There's also some perspective leaves as well. And I'm definitely going to add a mix of those around. And I'm just kind of getting it to see what looks good with what, using the colours from the photographs, because some are taken indoors and some are taken out of doors. So this is the stencil that's in the Fox Box Plus. This is stencil 125, and I'm going to use just the branch leafy bit on this. And I'm using at the moment 3 shades of green and a brush just to do those onto some thin white cardstock. I'm just trying to blend it. I don't want it to be totally one colour. I haven't taped it down this time. I'm just using my hands to hold it, and it's very easy to reposition if it moves a little. And I'm just, the idea is I'm going to cut these out after. What I will say is at this stage I'm only using 3 shades of green. Off camera I do add a little bit of an orangey colour just to give a bit more warmth to them later on, which you don't see. I've cut them out off camera. You wouldn't want to be subjected to that. And I'm going to just add them in around the embellishments. So potentially some at the top by the jumper, maybe behind the title, and maybe at the bottom as well. There's another paper here. This is the yellow gingham on the other side, and I'm going to actually just fussy cut a couple of the smaller flowers out of this to add into the clusters. So there's the other piece of gingham. I've decided that actually I want to stretch the column a little wider because I've now got so many embellishments that I want to add in. So I've stuck the photographs down off camera and the base papers, and now I'm just going to come in and start to arrange the clusters around the photos. So I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. I'm pretty happy with what I decided before. So I've got a real mix of pieces I've cut out from the pattern papers. I've got paper snips, and I've got perspectives and some chipboard flowers as well. So I'm adding some foam to some of these just to give it a little bit of a lift. So and a bit of depth, I prefer that. And I'm also going to go back and tuck in some of the leaves as well. I've tried to match the embellishments to the photographs, as I mentioned. So the hat and scarf are by the outdoor photos, and the cup of tea and the jumpers are near the indoor photos, but it just gives a real mix of autumnal fun. So the photographs themselves were taken at Cheltenham races, or a weekend in Cheltenham anyway. So that's why there's indoor and outdoor. I'd never been to a horse race before, so that was really interesting. Certainly had a little bit of a flutter as well while we were there, that which was also new to me. So very good weekend. And then we caught up, had a meal, and spent whatever winnings we'd had. Not enough to retire, but certainly a bit of fun anyway. So these photos have got good memories, and there will definitely be some journaling being added later to document all of that. So if you don't already subscribe to the Bramble Fox Box, I would really recommend it. They also run the Fox Box Plus, which I like even more, because that way you get stencil and the paper snips every month as well. So all the hard work's done for you, everything coordinates together, and you've got the starts of a number of layouts and all your titles there prepared for you. So you can get that at bramblefox.co.uk, so do check it out. Obviously, also check out the rest of the team. You'll find lots of layouts on the Bramble Fox Friends group, and there's lots of videos on YouTube as well. So I'm now putting the title together. That's obviously the main piece. I want it to stand out, and I've got some more of those lovely stenciled leaves behind it. I'm now drawing some lines in pencil for my journaling. My handwriting's terrible, so I do need all the help I can get. I do the journaling off camera, and then I add a few more of the paper snips onto the photographs. There's happy little moments, autumn magic, wrapped up warm, splendid. Thought they added a nice little touch to the clusters, so I add those as well as a finishing touch. The little letters are very old and from a stash. I think they were a Pink Fresh Studio, potentially a long time ago. But I think this is nearly coming to an end. I'm really pleased with the look. Plenty of white space, lots of photographs, and lots of words telling you all about it. So that's all the dimension. Thank you so much for watching. Follow will be some close-ups. This is Sheena Rowlands for Bramble Fox, and we hope to see you here again real soon. Bye for now.